Every August, the U.S. Open draws tennis fans worldwide to Flushing Meadows, New York for 3 weeks of thrilling matches. As the final Grand Slam of the year, it unites the best players at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center, where legends like Serena Williams, Roger Federer, and Rafael Nadal have made history.
In this episode of NYSE Floor Talk Iconic NYC, we explore what makes the U.S. Open a Grand Slam experience.
The U.S. Open every year really is the culmination of the tennis season, certainly the peak of the tennis season, and have the whole world fixated on New York and all the great athletes, men and women that come through to participate here. It's hugely exciting for us, and we know New York gets excited, and we think of ourselves as the spectacular slam. We are sports, entertainment, it is athletics, it is celebrity, but the U.S. Open is so different than most of the other sporting events that we're used to attending, where it's the event, it's the competition, maybe you go out to the concession, grab something to eat, you go back. We're a festival. Tennis is at the core. We have 16 competition courts being programmed, but we are a festival. The dining, the shopping, the people watching, the honeydews, right? All of that is part of this experience. It's just a great day for everybody.
Months before the first serve, the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center begins its transformation from a public park into a world-class sports and entertainment venue ready to host the U.S. Open.
Believe it or not, but over the next 3 weeks, when we welcome more than 1 million fans, the other 49 weeks of the year, we are a public tennis facility. So we have 70 plus high schools and colleges that play all their matches here. We run programs from 6 a.m. to midnight, 11 months a year, except for Christmas and Thanksgiving Day. And we do a handful of special events, a lot of college graduations. AEW Wrestling comes in here for a big fight 2 weeks after the US Open completes. So there's always activity here. And of course, the day after the Open, we're already behind schedule for building for next year's Open.
The U.S. Open has seen remarkable growth in crowd size and attendance over the years, becoming a major draw for fans from around the world and a significant boost for New York City's economy and tourism.
You know, we have seen extraordinary attendance growth, fan interest growth, even broadcast, digital, on every front over the past 5-6 years, certainly since COVID, right, where we had no fans on site. But we have broken records year after year after year from an attendance standpoint. And we think it's a function of a number of things. One, if you recall, between 2014 and 2018, we renovated a huge amount of the facility here, built a new Louis Armstrong Stadium, upgraded our field courts to allow more fans to enjoy being on site, to experience and have a better experience here on site. So that clearly was intentional.
Well, if you ask City Hall, we are the postcard for New York City tourism. There's no question about it. We just had our last study done on the economic impact. It came in at over $1.25 billion. So when we did the study over 10 years ago, it was about 750 million. So that's a significant increase. The Open keeps growing. It's phenomenal for tourism. People come from dozens and dozens of countries to help support the Open and New York City.
The U.S. Open is a 3-week event that kicks off with Fan Week. If you can't make it for the main event, head to Arthur Ashe Stadium during Fan Week, where the excitement starts early and everyone can dive into the U.S. Open atmosphere.
Fan Week is an unbelievable, interactive, fun-filled festival. What's so exciting is that it used to be the best kept secret in tennis, and now it's no longer a secret. We've been seeing record crowds come out and experience the sites.
The U.S. Open is known for its entertainment as well as its on-court action.
In New York City is truly at the center of the entertainment universe. We're also a global event, so when we're thinking about how we're reaching out to artists or music entities, we want to think about what resonates with the New York audience, but what also resonates with a global audience.
At the U.S. Open, there's more to enjoy than just the matches. You can feast on a variety of delicious foods and sip iconic cocktails. But with so many options, have you ever wondered how these mouth-watering selections are decided?
We actually learn from our fans, right? Over the years, we see what they're into and what they're purchasing, and then we partner with celebrity chefs. They're the hottest, latest, and greatest in New York City, bringing them finest quality foods. So, for example, Alex Gurnishelli is one of our partners. She operates a restaurant Fare right in the South Plaza, Mediterranean-type cuisine. It's delicious. People have come and gone every year looking for reservations now. So we partner with Simon Kim, a restaurateur who has Kokodak, and it's a famous chicken concept that we're bringing to our fans on the club level as well. So we're excited.
And just how much food is consumed?
Oh, the numbers are just staggering. I mean, we'll do over 250,000 hamburgers and hot dogs, for example. On the bananas front, it is bananas. It's 65,000 bananas what we consumed. It's wild.
You can't enjoy the food and not have the U.S. Open's signature drink.
It's the Grey Goose Honeydeuce. It's grown tremendously over the almost 20 years it's been around. This year, we're hoping to sell about 500,000 of them, which equates to 1.5 million melon balls being used in those drinks that look like little tennis balls. It's become quite the classic collectible with the cup that it comes in. But we also have two more. We have the Dobel Ace Paloma, and we have the Aperol Spritz also being served. And this year, we're also partnering with Moet Chandon. So we're very excited.
Behind every thrilling match at the U.S. Open is a dedicated team working tirelessly to ensure the players are comfortably prepared for the competition.
Our mission is to create the most exceptional experience on and off the court for the athletes and their entourage to optimize their performance. And it really is basic. It's not rocket science. It's the journey. What do the athletes need? They need transportation, reliable transportation, and we have 200 Cadillacs in the fleet that take them to and from Manhattan. Their hotel. We've got a world-class hotel at the Intercontinental Barclays. And not is it just a hotel. We take all of the services for their physio and for their recovery. We have yoga there, food service, so they don't always have to come out. And then what they really need, they need practice time. So we have the 17 courts here on the grounds. We have 10 in the park. We use Johnny Mac's Academy, Randall's Island, as an offsite, getting them the most amount of practice because this is the last Grand Slam of the year.
Sponsorships are the backbone of the U.S. Open, with major partners like J.P. Morgan, Chase, Amex, and Emirates playing a critical role in the event's success.
They are our partners, and I call them partners deliberately because they are more than just a sponsor to us. They truly are with the US Open for everything that we offer as a platform and how they can contribute to what we do for our fans and for the success of the USTA. Everything that our partners are doing on site is such a huge part of what makes the US Open the exciting event that it is and really supports what our fans are seeing both on court and walking around the grounds.
With legends like Roger Federer, Serena Williams, Andy Murray, and now possibly Rafael Nadal having played their final U.S. Open, a new generation of talent is stepping into the spotlight.
The champions of tomorrow stand on the shoulders of the last generation. I can tell you, over the last 2 years, not only have Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner, Coco Gauff, Ariana Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, they have jumped off the shoulders of the previous generation. The quality of tennis is off the charts, and it shows in our record revenues, attendance, and viewers.
The importance of equality in the tournament continues to play an important role in the U.S. Open, which celebrated its 50th anniversary of equal pay in 2023.
It is the fabric of the USTA. And we're so fortunate to have Billie Jean King as our champion of equality back in 1972, when she went to the press and said, I'm not coming back unless we're paid equal prize money in 1973. It's not really about the money. It's about the message that every little girl and every little boy is equal. They train as hard, they work as hard, and it just sends a real positive message that our sport is inclusive and it's equal, and everything we do for the athletes is equal.
The U.S. Open is more than just a premier sporting event. It's a catalyst for the growth of tennis across the United States, with the revenue it generates playing a crucial role in driving that expansion.
Where does the revenue from the US Open go?
So the revenue primarily goes to two places. One is to continue to support the US Open, the infrastructure. We actually have a 20-year plan to improve the facilities here. So always making certain that the US Open is one of the most spectacular sporting events in the world. But really importantly, the net revenue goes to support tennis at the community level. And we do that through our 17 geographical sections. So we're improving the infrastructure. The majority of tennis in our country, 57%, is played on public parks. And so we can enhance the public park infrastructure, make certain that the directors are in place, the programs are in place. The other is we have a whole new coaching initiative to really drive the number of coaches in our country and the number of coaches of people who look like all of America. And so really it's getting back at the community level, being certain that every community has access to what really is the best sport on the planet, and with certainty, the healthiest sport on the planet.
And what's Brian Hainline's vision for the future of tennis?
We would love tennis to be the most popular sport in the country and in the world. And part of that is just getting the word out of how great this sport is, that it can be played at any age, any ability. It's the sport of a lifetime, and it is the healthiest sport on the planet, increasing your longevity by 10 years, increasing your mental acuity, your psychological resilience, your conditioning, your balance, your power, your strength. So getting that word out, and also our big vision in the near future is that by 2035, there will be 35 million tennis players, making the United States the most popular tennis country in the world. So we're putting all that together, and again, largely driving that through the revenue of the US Open.
The U.S. Open is more than just a tennis tournament. It's a celebration of sport, community, and culture rooted in a rich history that has made it one of the most important and vibrant events in the world.
And that's it for NYSE Floor Talk Iconic NYC. See you at the US Open.